Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Real Late Hot 97. My name is Peter Rosenberg, and Highbridge is the label, and they're finally in the building.
Don is in the building.
Don Q.
You can hear me? Don is in the building.
Yes, Don Q is here.
Don Talk out right now. Go get that everywhere.
Here, don't cup your mic, Don. We want everyone to hear every word you're saying.
Don Talk out right now. Go get that everywhere.
Don, I'm excited to talk to you, man. You're it's interesting actually that we have never done an interview because you, amongst all the new music, and there's a lot of stuff that I do enjoy for different reasons, you're probably the most me kind of artist in terms of like current, right now, but very much a rapper. You rap.
Yeah, I rap.
That's what you do.
Yeah, that's my go-to.
Your go-to is the raps, and obviously with your partner in crime, A Boogie, he's more an everything sort of artist. Sings, chants, raps, does a little bit of everything. You're sort of the straight-ahead shooter MC. First of all, tell me how the relationship. How did the you and A Boogie Highbridge thing all come together for you?
You know, we just all from the same hood. That's about it. We all grew up around the same block. We knew each other forever, and we just all started both of us started making music. QP and Bubba decided to put the bag behind it, make it happen, and it happened.
How old were you when it started bubbling?
It was 2 years ago. I was like 25.
And had you always been just rapping? Had it always been?
Yeah, I've been rapping forever. Like everybody on my block already know that. I was always at least top 3, top 2 in the hood coming up.
Was there a ranking system?
Yeah, it was niggas in the hood that was nice. I had to battle niggas. I took losses and everything.
So take us through that a little bit. Do you have any specific ones you remember? Like, is there ever?
I remember majority of the ones. I remember every ones I lost.
And where do these battles take place?
In the park, house parties, block parties, fucking anywhere.
And people know that just you and someone else could go, and it just ends up happening.
It just be happening sometimes. It don't even be me. It could turn a cipher turn to a battle. Like, just you rap, let me hear something. You let me hear something. You let you hear something. Then the crowd come. Then y'all y'all directing y'all shit to each other now. And that was like y'all going at it now.
Now I got to tell you. So one of the things I find interesting about you, I've only met you one time at that college. A college show that you and A Boogie did that I was hosting like a year ago maybe. Crowd was great. This is when things were really just starting to blow up. Maybe
which one was that?
It was like it was in Manhattan somewhere, some college show, and I only saw you for 1 second. But right away, what I noticed was I was like, damn, this guy raps his ass off, but he doesn't seem like the world's biggest talker.
Yeah, that's the thing with me and Boogie though. We not really big talkers, so that's why it's funny how both of us is like that.
So is that always been the case for you? Did you always love the rapping part, but you weren't necessarily a guy who's trying to get attention all the time?
Yeah, that's how it always been. But now it's like you got to do it now because it's like the internet and all that shit. Like you got to draw attention to yourself.
But it's interesting because you don't. So much is the opposite of that. So much these days. It's artists who want the attention, and the rapping is secondary.
Yeah,
You're really about the rap and the attention. It seems like let me put it this way: you haven't seemed like you're in a rush to get up and do tons of interviews, and it just doesn't seem like that's necessarily what you try to do.
I think the music is more important. Like it's gonna last longer than anything else. Any gimmicks, anything else you do is gonna last longer.
And that was always sort of your personality in high school and stuff too.
Yeah,
quiet dude.
Yeah, just not quiet, just humble and calm, and just chill, laid back. And laid back is more my persona, laid back.
Laid back guy.
Especially when I started getting high, it was more like it just really started making me more laid back.
What kind of high guy are you? You're a zone out? Do you ever get paranoid?
At first, you know, when you first start getting high, it's always paranoid, but then it just started being like just calm.
Are you a constant high, or are you at a certain point in the day, this is when I relax high, or I'm going to do something cool high?
Constant high.
Constant high.
Yeah, I'm high.
Old school hip hop. I know you're high. I mean, you smelled tremendous when you walked in. You know what I'm saying? It lit up. The whole building lit up. So you have a project out right now, Don Talk.
Don Talk is out right now. Fire.
I already told you I don't appreciate President Trump trying to sully your name.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that either, man.
I mean, you are Don.
I'm Don.
Here comes, and now everyone wants to be a Don. Now you want to be a Don.
Come on, man.
Only Dons I recognize are Don Q and Don Cheadle.
Let's get it.
Got some cool features on here, man. You got
T Grizzly, Pusha T, Designer. I kept it short because it was only 8 tracks, so I ain't really want to put too many features on it.
Now you and Designer, of course, it makes a lot of sense. You guys are both kind of up and comers in New York at the same time. Pusha T, to me, and we have not talked about this. My guess is Pusha T has to be an artist that you've admired coming up.
Hell yeah, that's why I had to get that. Like my shit is I want to spar with all the legends or like all the niggas I was growing up listening to that I felt with, that was really nice. So I got a couple niggas out like Jadakiss Styles. I got them. Fab. I got to get Banks.
Oh, you're a Banks guy?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Didn't Banks just say he's leaving the game?
Nah, he put the Ric Flair shit up when he said he won't retire.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Are you a wrestling head too, by any chance?
When I was younger, but I stopped once I realized it was fake. This shit got me so mad. I just stopped watching it.
Yo, it's so funny. I always find people like that who would like it either went one or two ways.
It was fucked up because my mother used to always tell me like, yo, you know this is because she knew I was really like in it. I used to have the toys every Monday.
Yeah, but why'd your mom ruin it? I mean, there was no need for that.
Because I used to go to crib, like even when we didn't have cable, I used to go to my man crib downstairs and watch it every Monday night.
So she thought you were wilding too much and she tried to ruin it. So she's like, you know it's fake.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, you bugging. They say, you see this right now? It's bleeding, man. Yeah.
Listen, it's not fake. You should have told your mom back then, people don't walk into movie theaters and yell, it's fake. It's just entertainment.
It's entertainment. But after a while, I started getting, like, I started to know what was about to happen. Like, all right, he going to swing him and then he going to duck it.
And then you're like,
I'm like, what? Come on, every fight, I'm like,
well, listen, if you want to come back around, you know what I'm saying? I work over there now. It's a good time, man. It's still very entertaining.
Right.
So you got those guys on the tape. You've already gotten to work with a lot of your idols. Who are the other people? You mentioned a bunch of those New York names. Who else is out there that you grew up on being a big fan of?
Hove. Like everybody I named, that was really like G-Unit was big, Dipset. I was on Cam last album, so that's another one I got out the way.
Wow, you got a lot under the belt.
Yeah, like as far as the OGs I listen to.
What about Fat Joe? Lil BX?
We supposed to work too. We supposed to definitely work too. I spoke to him. We definitely gonna do something too.
Do you feel any sort of, there's been a lot of criticism of New York. There's always criticism of New York. People don't think New York is doing enough. I actually think my recent realization has been there are plenty of artists. It's that, honestly, New York acts like all we want is the real. But New York doesn't really support the real as much as they say they do. Because if you really look around, it's a lot of really good stuff going on.
They say that, then when they hear it, they blow. Nobody want to hear that.
It's crazy, right?
It's like, what? Yeah.
And then you get this, of course, people like you get the respect for the people like, yo, you know what? You're really spitting. I respect that.
Because I know how to put both together, like with the new and the, I'm not a guy that just coming out saying I want to bring the 90s back. Like, I'm adapting to what's going on, and I'm still spitting how I'm supposed to.
Right. I mean, there's a way to do that. I think it just requires a little bit more work than people are.
It's not like easy. Like, it took me a couple years to really learn how to start making these kind of songs and shit. Like, cause I was recording in like 2014. That's when I like was starting to like trying to be consistent with the music. Like 2014, 2013. So it took me from then to
talk close to the mic.
Oh, it took me from like 2013 to about 2016. To like to how to put those kind of songs together that people want to dance to and shit like that.
And now, how helpful can A Boogie be in that? Because one of the things one of the things I hear about A Boogie, you also don't know well. I've only interviewed him once. Is that he's really, when it comes to putting the songs together and understanding structure, like he really gets it.
Yeah, that's really what he pays attention to that. That's really his he put his mind to like structuring the song.
Now, how close are you guys besides the music?
Yeah, that's my guy. That's my little bro.
You guys have always been tight?
Nah, we wasn't like best friends growing up or something. He younger than me, so like,
right.
We wasn't in the same crowd, like same generation.
Now, but with what I was saying about New York, though, is there any extra pressure being from the Bronx? Like, I always feel like the Bronx has this, like, New York has pressure, and then, like, the Bronx is the New York of New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so it's the birthplace of the birthplace.
That's why it's like it's a lot of pressure. They like, oh, you coming from the Bronx, you gotta have that fire, or they ain't jacking it.
Yeah, I mean, the history going all the way back is really crazy. Yeah. So I think people get extra excited too to see the Bronx win. But with that becomes, And listen, it's nice. You got Cardi now popping.
Yeah, she from the block too.
Which of course opens some doors. Now, you dropped the EP now, and it's everywhere. By the way, Don Talk you can get everywhere, like you said. Pusha T, T Grizzly, Designer. Really good. I just went through it for the first time, and I was very impressed. You get that everywhere, but then what's coming up next for Don Q?
I got another one dropping in about a month and a half. Another project.
More songs, same amount?
No, about like 12.
And so that's coming in the summertime. What's your goal though? Like I always feel that it's important in life to set goals.
Yeah, I just want, like, when this shit is over, they gonna be like, this nigga, like he's different. Like, cause the way I grew up listening to niggas, how I looked at like Hove and kissing them, that's how I want it to be.
Who's the greatest to you of all time, Hove?
Yeah, Hove.
Did you ever do any specific like Bronx? Do you ever take the deep dive on the Bronx in general, the Big Puns, Fat Joe, KRS?
I listened to Big Pun. When I was young, I heard one of Big Pun albums. I wasn't like a real Big Pun fan, but I knew he was like nice because I listened to one of his albums and he spit crazy. Like it was the album when he had the Get Off My Dick.
Oh yeah, that's Baby. That's the second one.
That's the album.
That's interesting. That's interesting that was the one.
Yeah.
I'm always interested to hear what younger people, what music they got to, because that's always music that you've been put onto because you didn't grow up through it.
Yeah.
So it's a totally different experience.
Yeah.
What about artists of right now? Who are the artists of right now? Not just New York, everywhere.
Yeah, I listen to like everybody right now. Like one of my favorite niggas right now, Money Man.
Who's Money Man?
He's from Atlanta.
And he's popping.
Yeah, to me.
How popping? What level are we at? How behind am I? Am I 6 months behind? Am I a year behind? 6 months behind. All right, it's not bad for me. And what is it about Money Man that you F with?
He just talked the way he talked the shit I like to hear. And Money Bag. I listen to everybody, like everybody.
Money Bag Yo?
Yeah, Gutter. Gunner from Atlanta, Lil Baby. Everybody right now. Everybody got that fire. I'm just listening because I'm not a nigga that's looking out for music, so my friends be the ones putting me on the music. Like if they playing something and I think it's fire, I'll go tune into it and see what else they got. Like that's how I find out about music. Like
so you
NBA Youngboy. That's how I found out about all of them. Like niggas put me on.
So you got. But let's be clear. So you have a lot of You have a lot of friends who listen to Atlanta, a lot of Atlanta.
Yeah, they listen to everything.
But Atlanta, let's be real though. I mean, Atlanta has been at the forefront for a long time. I mean, that's just the facts.
Yeah, I just came from Atlanta like about 3 weeks ago, and I just cooked up like probably a whole nother project.
You just got inspired just being there.
And I was only out there for like a week. You
hit some strip clubs.
Yeah.
Have to. It's part of the Atlanta experience.
It's just a lifestyle in Atlanta. You have to.
But you got any you doing any festivals this summer? Any shows? Anything we should look for?
Probably do Summer Jam.
That's people are hearing that. That's I mean, it would make sense to see Highbridge. You know what I'm saying? Bless the building.
Yeah.
Have you watched the show Atlanta?
No.
You need to watch the show Atlanta.
What is it about?
Atlanta. But it's specifically the reason you have to watch it. It's specifically about trying to blow up as a rapper in Atlanta.
All right, bet.
It's Childish Gambino's show.
Which
on FX.
All right, cool.
I couldn't. It's really ill. It's really, really ill.
I'll tune in.
Who are the producers on this album, by the way? This project.
You got Honorable C Note, Murder Beats, Rail Ruger, Ness, So. I can't remember everybody. I'm probably missing like one person. I don't really know.
What are you most likely to be doing if you're not in the studio making music?
Thinking about how I'm gonna make my next move. That's all I'm doing. Like if I ain't recording, I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do. Like that's it. That's all I'm focused on in the future.
Do you have a dream location that you would love to live or buy a house or anything like that?
Everywhere. I want to have houses everywhere. L.A., Atlanta, New York.
What's of the cities you've gotten to go spend time in now that you are an artist who gets to move around? What city have you really? Is Atlanta your favorite, or the other places you've gravitated towards?
Yeah, I think Atlanta.
Have you gotten to spend time in L.A. too?
Yeah, I just came from L.A. like last week.
And what do you think? Were you an L.A. guy? Do you like it?
Yeah, I like L.A. It's just a lot of traffic and shit.
Yeah, but it's the weather helps balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, listen, Don Q, the record's out right now.
Trap Phone out right now, featuring Designer. That's the single.
Yeah, very strong record, by the way, man. Go check that out. Yeah. Go check that out right away. Don't let his quiet on camera persona fool you. This guy's got a lot of bars, man. I appreciate you coming through. I'm glad we got to catch up.
You already Highbridge label. We in the building.
All right, man. Don Q. Don Talk.